Well, Brad Keselowski went out last night, had a great night on the town, hanging out in clubs, going out for drinks, bars, all that jazz, and he's not going to say a word about it. Because what happens in Vegas stays in Las Vegas, and that's where we're at for the Pennzoil Las Vegas 400. It says presented by Jiffy Lube up there, but who cares? I don't need to offer any endorsement, I don't think, for any of these. Anyway, we're in Las Vegas to qualify. I actually started recording earlier, and we got into stage 1, and I usually race a lot of these races on 25% lap time, 25% of the race amount. The problem with that was stage 1 was 67 laps. I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't want to take a chance of recording the entire race, realizing that it takes longer than my typical episode, and then having to turn around and do something else, cut the race short, or having to skip that race because it's too long. I really don't have the editing software to be able to cut it up and put it up there for you. So we're gonna roll with 13%. Some of these races might be 25%. Some of them might be 13. 25 is what I rolled with for Daytona and Atlanta. This time around, we're going to try 13%. See how that does here at the ISM race. Not ISM, Las Vegas Raceway. 21st. That's actually not far from where we qualified the first time around. We qualified 25th. Who got pole this time? Hamlin, Busch, Stenhouse. Blaney had pole last time. He's all the way down in 5th, but I only raced one lap before I realized how many laps we were actually going to get stuck racing. Di Benedetto down in 31st. I don't see Hemrick. Kyle Busch was actually second last time around. Kyle Busch is actually first in the chase standing so far. We're stuck behind him. He had a higher finish in Daytona than we had in Atlanta. We finished 7th. Stenhouse Jr. I don't know what's up. I think last race he qualified pretty high. Daniel Hemrick, one of my favorite Xfinity racers in the last game, had his Smoky Mountain Snuff car. Let's start the race. Let's go racing. Couple of alternate cars out here today. Apparently Michael McDowell is feeling good. Well, so am I. Kyle Busch up there in his blue M&M car. And Trevor Bayne, I believe, drives his Ford number 6, if I can find him. And then the first time around, we also had one other guy that I could see right away that was driving a different car. Anyway, how did we qualify lower than Suarez? And here's this Rhodes kid, Jay Rhodes, I think is his name. He finished 5th last race. I couldn't catch him. My tires wore down. But this track is nice. I like it. The car slides a little bit more on this track. So I'm having to play with the throttle a little bit more. I don't drive with brakes if I can help it. The only time I really drive with brakes is on those road courses. Sonoma, Charlotte Roval, Watkins Glen. Those kind of tracks. Let's see what kind of laps. 35 laps. That sounds a little bit better. Get out of here, Jones. Sport clip looking car. Anyway. Ate some Taco Bell today. I know we talked about mac and cheese last time, so I figured I'd keep that going for one more episode. I'm absolutely stuffed. If anybody knows what a quesarito is, ate 2 of those and then a cheesy potato loaded griller. Those are good. Nice and small burritos. They're better appetizers. Ooh, big run to the inside here. And we're kissing the wall. Yeah, that's a time to use the brakes that I did not. Kyle Larson. I picked him this past week. I don't even remember. It wasn't the Folds of Honor race because that's this week. But whatever was last week, the race before the Folds of Honor 400, I went out on a limb and picked him to win. And almost won until apparently with about 5-10 laps left, he hit the wall and could never recover. So thanks a lot, Larson. Anyway, the Folds of Honor, until I see who qualifies where, I'm not going to make a single pick. But the Folds of Honor this weekend, so far it's still on. Every other sporting association has decided to postpone their season, postpone the draft, suspend the season for the coronavirus. Like the NBA, which is my personal favorite sport, is going to be suspended for what I've heard to be at least a month. Rudy Gobert was tested right before, well, not necessarily tested, but right before a game showed signs of it. And all of a sudden, a team doctor came running out on the court, and the PA guy came over the loudspeaker and was like, oh, due to unforeseen circumstances, this game is being postponed. And the crowd started to like gasp and stuff. And then all of a sudden he's like, we're all safe. We're all safe. And that's where I'm kind of like, somebody's got coronavirus back there. He said we're all safe. And I'm like, that's going to make people feel like, why are we really not safe? What do I need to be safe from? You know what I mean? But I think the minute they postponed the game, I think everybody in the building kind of feared the worst, which was the coronavirus, and they would have been correct. From what I've heard, keep yourself clean, take showers, wash your hands. It's a liquid-borne illness, so if you sneeze, cough, whatever, make sure to like wash your hands, stuff like that. That's all I can say about that. But the NBA has decided to put their season on hold. What I think is going to happen, I don't think they're going to play out the rest of the season because technically we only have about a month to go. 15 games left, I think, 20 games left. Not too much more or less than that. So I think what's probably going to happen, because with the way teams have been playing, they've kind of held their playoff standings. If their standings were correct, or they had to start the playoffs today, it wouldn't have been an issue because I think by the end of the season, the standings would pretty much be the same. The Eastern Conference, from the way it looks, is pretty much locked in, especially with the Bucks having the best record in the East. And I think the only thing that can really happen in the West is the Clippers end up somehow surpassing the Lakers because Kawhi Leonard has decided to stop sitting games and actually play, and they're like 8-0 and they're 100% healthy, which is kind of scary. They might end up sweeping the playoffs. Who knows? I hope not, because I'm a Grizzlies fan. I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan, have been since Zach Randolph, Tony Allen, the grit and grind era. In fact, my favorite player on the team right now is Dylan Brooks. And right behind him would be Brandon Clark. I think the kid's a diamond in the rough. He's a stud. 12-8. You can't look past that coming off your bench. And he plays absolutely phenomenal defense 99% of the time. Granted, that 1% probably means he looks like a fool, but it's fine. Obviously, I can't argue with what Ja Morant's doing, but we're in the 8th seed. Nobody expected this. I would have slated us to win maybe 30 games this season just because we cleaned house. But I think, if the Grizzlies were to go up against either LA team, I think they can push it to 5 games. I think we'll take 1. Probably a home game because LA is going to be packed of Clippers and Lakers fans. It doesn't matter what team you're rooting for. You're in LA, you're going to be watching playoff games. I wish I could go to a Grizzlies playoff game, but I live a couple like 10 hours away from Memphis without giving my true location up. But anyway. No, I just think, the NBA, they'll probably just start the playoffs right away. The MLB, they're putting everything on hold, but that doesn't mean, the practices are going to stop. That's the other thing. I fully expect practices to continue. NASCAR, I have a feeling they're going to actually run this race this weekend. And the only reason I say that is the drivers themselves are isolated. The fans know the risk at this point with the NBA, the MLB, the NFL. suspending drafts, postponing, all of that kind of stuff. They know the risk of what could happen if they come out to the racetrack. So I would leave that at fan discretion. Drivers, I feel like, are safe tucked away in their car. Just avoid touching each other. Of course, the winning team or whoever, avoid touching each other until you can get a shower or whatever, because you're going to be sweating like a madman. You know, these cars get hot during the race. But anyway, anybody who does have the coronavirus, who might actually see my videos, obviously thoughts and condolences up to you. Get well soon, and continue to be safe out there. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
You just posted your best lap ever. That's awesome.
Posted my best lap ever. That's awesome.
Still there?
Yeah, I see him. There's Blaney. Blaney had pole last time around. Maybe I should have just left with the 67 laps and rolled with that. But I'm 15 laps through this one, and I've still got 20 to go. It's 35 lap stage, so we'll see how long it is. Like I said, some of these tracks where the laps, you know, they have a 400-mile race, and these laps are, you know, a mile apiece. That's 400 laps around here. And so Bowman just opened up a little bit. I don't know if you saw that up there. He was going sideways just a little bit. You can see these cars kind of drifting one way or another as time goes on, and I'm catching them right here. Maybe I'll be able to pass them this time around. Please don't dive. All right, so it seems like a lot of these guys actually like the middle lane, the middle line better than anything else. I'm actually liking this bottom line here. I can play with the throttle really easily coming off of that bottom line, and I get real fast off of these turns. Coming out of the turns, like I've said always about Brad's car here, I have a lot better takeoffs on restarts and straightaways than turns. And obviously, here comes Kurt Busch up here. Obviously, that's going to change per driver that you drive as. Let's try the middle lane here. Let's see how I don't like that as much. I'm staying to the bottom. Obviously, it's going to change per whatever car you use, because they all have their own custom setup. But we'll see here. I think Busch is just driving his normal car. It's super confusing now. When I got those expansion packs, it also added like the Victory Lane cars. And so there's one of these discount tire cars from Brad's that looks like it's been damaged on the back. It's got like extra tape on the front and stuff like that. And who knows, I might drive that at some point, but I like the clean looking car. If I damage my car, let me damage my car. But I like the clean look. And even then, there's like specs on the back of this car. Heads up, Kurt. I'm sorry. Estimated fuel, 11 laps. How many laps do we have left? 15. We're actually going to have to pit stage 1. That's interesting. I would love to try to save fuel, but that's not going to happen. And who knows, that might change. Oh, no, it's not going to change. 10 laps. Not going to change at all. Maybe I should have left the fuel and tire wear at the normal amount. I have them set on 2 times normal limit, so we are actually pitting during this race. I don't want to pit during the restarts and then come back out, which obviously is the main strategy during NASCAR, but I like the exciting pit stops where the placing, you know, while cars are still flying by. That's a little more fun to me. You know, maybe if I do a season sometime in the future, another season or career mode, we'll go a little more realistic. Do everything the way it's supposed to with the stages and tire and fuel wear normal. But we'll see. We'll see. We're actually climbing right now. We qualified 25th. We're up in 11th, so we got one of the faster cars up here, out here. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who fell from 2nd. See what I mean? I don't know what's wrong. He might just not have he might not be running a good car right now. Here's the other good thing. I can just casually race at this point, which I'm not going to, but since I won the Daytona 500, I've already punched my ticket to the playoffs. But I'm still going to race hard. I raced hard in Atlanta. I just couldn't get it done. Those tires, man. Atlanta, the tire wear at Atlanta is brutal. It's also brutal here. As you can see, our front right tire is at 30% already. But because of the Atlanta had some, if I remember correctly, it had some tighter turns than what we're dealing with here. So it's a little more important to keep those tires rolling. Let me check that again. I'm gonna have to go with a full set of tires when we pit. The one thing that Atlanta had that Las Vegas doesn't is the fact that the right-hand tires, or excuse me, the left-hand tires over there are degrading at about a third of the rate. I don't want to say half, so like a third of the rate of the right tires. And so I would rather pit when the leaders pit because, like I said, I get a lot faster on restart type situations. So if I'm flying out of the pit trying to pass somebody, I feel like I stand a better chance of doing that than trying to chase them down like this. Although I am doing pretty good at chasing them down. The leaders are up here. And so I don't want to lap. I don't want to pit with no fuel, but I want to see when they pit and whether they've managed to conserve more fuel. Conserve more fuel than I have. I need to figure that out too. Eric Almirola. Doesn't he spell his name with an A? I'm pretty sure I made a comment about that at some point. He spells his name with an A, so it's Arik. It's almost like a Norse name, just Arik Almirola. Of course, I don't have a very good like Viking accent. Maybe I should work on that. Improv. Just kidding. Never done improv. And there's Rhodes. We're actually lapping people. I thought he was up there again. I was like, I don't remember him passing me at all. And he's up here top 10. Here's Sorensen. Reed Sorensen. I'm pretty sure is his first name. You're never up here. You're never good. Go. The only detail you have on your car is that blue bar at the bottom, which I'm pretty sure is the track bar. Could be completely wrong. I don't know car parts. I just like, somebody's smoking down there. Who was that? Was that, I don't know who that is. Whoever it was, I think they blew a tire. All right, boys. I think I'm gonna hit the pit on this lap. Hey, at least I qualified higher than Danica Patrick, right? Just kidding. I will. 10-4 crew chief. I am bringing her down right now. I probably should have gone down earlier. Or not. There we go. All right, we're taking everything. Let me see if I can see who's out here. Who's actually here. Who do we got? The 66. Here's the car that's smoking. That's the number 3, so that's Ty Dillon? No, that's Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon's the 3. Ty Dillon's the 13. So we got him. And I think I'm the first one out of like the leader group, like the top 10 group to actually pit here. So we're going to lose spots, but I'm hoping we're going to gain them back next round. I think people should be following suit pretty quickly. There's Danica Patrick. So we've been lapped by the group we were running with. I got room, so I'm coming out right away. Somebody managed to follow us out. So whoever that was, whether it was Dylan or the 66, whoever it was managed to get whatever it was they need to fix, but not in the amount of time that it took me to get a pit change, tire change and all that. And so look at that, we're already on 99%, 98% on that. Yeah, there's the whole team there. Watch me jump up like 30 spots. There it is, 18th, so top 20. Which I'm hoping can turn into a little bit more in the next couple laps. That's a real low driving line up there going around this turn. They're a little more spaced out, so I feel like these guys just got out of the pit. Managed to beat me out of the pits. Yeah, it looks like it. Just with how even they're spread out like that. That would be my guess. And so, I'm hoping for a top 10 finish in this first stage. I'm going to try to get it, and I think this is a couple more people up here. See, these are all people entering the track, which sucks because they take up my inside line. So Patrick's actually still in 37, so all I'm doing is lapping her again. So we're still trying to catch up here. That's not good. I was top 10, and I got stuck down in 16th. Should I take some tires as soon as the next, as soon as we finish? I don't think I will, because I think some of these guys are still. So there's Dylan. Or was it Ty Dillon in the 13? Maybe it wasn't. Somebody's still sitting there. I think there are a couple DNFs already. I think there are. Well, that sucks. We're already having people drop out. Oh well. Their loss is my gain. Literally in this game. Never been to Las Vegas. I would actually love to visit Las Vegas for maybe a night. I don't think I could handle much more than that. I'm not much of a party scene guy. I like to do the casual drinks. I like the old fashions and stuff like that. Old fashions, I tell you what, are like one of my favorite drinks. It's made with a bourbon, and you get like a sugar cube or simple syrup or something, depending on what you want. And then like an orange peel. And that's all it is. Real simple. Delicious. I drink them in rock glasses, which are those like half glasses. Really good though, really good. I make it with a, there's a bourbon, so I know there's like Gentleman Jack, which a lot of people prefer, but I found something that's smoother than that in my opinion. It's called Very Old Barton. The problem is, at the ABC stores where I live, it comes in special order and gets like bought out the next day. So I have to very, very carefully plan when I go to the liquor store. Which reminds me, I should probably do a run tomorrow. I'm completely out of bourbon. I also like Crown Royal. I've tried Crown Royal Vanilla, which would go good with a vanilla old fashioned, because you can do that. I also like the green apple, and it looks like there's some smoke coming from this car right in front of me. Are you still trying to stay on the track, buddy? Rhodes is smoking a little bit now. He might, is he going to go to the pits? Somebody else is going to the pits. That was Bowman. We just gained a spot. We're going to finish 14th in stage 1. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take it. I will take it. Speed rating of 14. Or 97. Wait a second. Did I just race the entire race? I did. I completely forgot that we don't do stages. Well, that sucks. All right. Extra short race today. I'm going to chalk it up to I didn't have time. 67 laps was the way to go. Would have been longer. Anyway, it's like 11 o'clock here anyway. I should probably be getting to bed soon. Yeah, 11:01, like on the dot there. Anyway, let's see. That was kind of a crappy finish. Oh well, who got first? Probably Bush. Probably one of the Bush brothers. Should have pitted earlier. Denny Hamlin, Truex, Bush, Logano, and somebody else. Bowman finished 15th. I barely passed him. Stage 1, I wish. Dang, what a mistake. Oh, let's see. Jimmy Johnson did not race well. Ty Dillon was the guy. Let's see. No, Ryan Newman was the DNF. What caused him to DNF? There wasn't any cautions. Well, my bad, guys. Huh. Well, let's see where we're at with the rest of the standings. We're still in second with 93. Kyle Busch, dang, is up there with 108, so he's already creating a gap. We're probably going to have to take a win somewhere. Hamlin had the fastest lap. I'm actually disappointed. Gray Galding finished 13th, not bad. Newman finished 39th because he had a DNF. Dang. That is rough. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Let's just finish the event. We'll see what we got going. Confirm, leave the track. Goodbye, Vegas. Well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and we're on a 7x7 skid. So race 1 we finished in 1st. Race 2 we finished in 7th. Race 3 we finish in 14th. Let's switch that back to 25%. I completely forgot that we were doing stages. Next one is ISM Raceway, and I tell you what, we're going to bring out not that car, not the Reese car, the Wabash or Wabash car. That's what we're going to run at ISM. All right, season standings, real quick. Let's see who's on the move here. Hamlin finally got a win, so he's jumped up. Top 10, Kyle Busch, ourselves, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Trevor Bayne, Chase Elliott, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Who's on the bubble here? All right, needs points. Paul Menard, who apparently is 2 points behind. So here's the playoff standings. Michael McDowell's there. Let's see, where's the 51? Is the 51 here somewhere? No. So Eric Jones, Danica Patrick, Chris Boucher. Jimmy Johnson has not won once this season. I would have expected him to finish once in the top 5 races or top 3 races. And then Ross Chastain. Points needed, Menard, Dillon, Galding, Kane, and Reagan. So, we've got 5 playoff points. Busch and Hamlin have 5 playoff points. Hamlin's in a weird situation. He's got less points, but he's up there because he's got 5 playoff points. He has a win. Fun stuff. All right, sorry for the extra short episode today. We will get back to the Ticket Guardian 500 at ISM Raceway in the next episode. We'll see you guys next time.